Hey, how you doing? This is Chaz again. I thought I would bring you one of these segments of mine that I found to be really practical, and I actually lived by it for a long time. I still do, although I don't go through it as often, and that's pain, emotional pain. And I had, a quick checklist here and some reassurance for those who may go through it, how I deal with it and how I dealt with it for a long time, and it worked for me. I do want to say too, I'm not a religious person. I would be a liar if I said I didn't believe in a God. I don't. That's just me. And you don't have to be religious, to believe in a creator. The reason I say that, I believe a lot of our pain, and at least a lot of the healing of our pain, comes from God. God heals us if we allow Him to. And I just want to put that out there. Anyway, I call this one Learning How to Suffer, Knowing You Will Win. And like I said, I've lived by it for many, many years in my life. And it's a simple to write but hard to follow piece of sound advice, if you will. In fact, it may be hard to believe, but what I'm going to tell you is the truth, and it does always work. It really does. I had to take my own medicine on this one, and do as I'm suggesting to you. That being said, here it is. You have to remember that heartache, emotional pain, sorrow, suffering from any loss that leads to tears and that unending feeling of endlessness and hopelessness, it doesn't have to get the final say in your life. It doesn't have to have the final say over you, period. If you remember, just remember the one thing, that pain it's like a 12-round fight. It is. It's like a 12-round fight, and as soon as the first round starts, it's on a time limit. It's on a time limit, and it doesn't matter if you walk through it, if you crawl, if you run, if you sit, stand, or even have to be carried back to your corner per se. As long as you answer the bell for the next round, you're going to be guaranteed to have the victory over it, and you'll see pain someday landing, laying on the canvas in front of you for that particular problem, anyway. And it does have a time limit, and the clock does start ticking, and it winds down if you let it. And all you do is answer the bell. And any healthy distraction helps, and I will say it again, prayer helps. If you haven't tried it, you need to, And finally, I do want to say this, and it's critical to remember it when the tears start to come at times, and pain does create tears, Don't say to yourself like I did for so long. I used to go, oh no, not again, And it was the wrong thing to do. You should cry and cry all you can when the tears start to come, because it is God's aspirin, and it's His aspirin for pain. Tears aren't. And if you fight that off, what you're doing in a sense, you're taking the aspirin that He gives you and you're throwing it down the toilet, and then you're just prolonging the agony. So keep the faith, huh? More will be revealed.